Hey guys, it's Aderonke again, and today I'd like to talk about the 4 elements of nature. Àwọn ẹ̀yà mẹ́rin tí ó jẹ mọ́ ìpilẹ̀ṣẹ̀ tàbí ìṣẹ̀dá ayé. Àwọn ẹ̀yà mẹ́rin, the 4 elements tí ó jẹ mọ́, that relate to ìpilẹ̀ṣẹ̀ tàbí ìṣẹ̀dá ayé, nature, creation, the beginning. So the 4 elements of nature. I'm going to start with fire. Obviously, fire is one of the very important elements. All the 4 elements are important, but we have fire, and in Yoruba we call fire ina, fire, ina, and obviously you can't have fire without smoke. Smoke is called efin. The Yoruba people say efin niwa, bope boya arushani, which means the character, a person's true character, is like smoke. You can't light a fire and not have smoke. When the person lights, a fire and gives you a picture of who they are, lights a fire, at some point the fire will be put out and you would see the smoke. So you would see the true nature at some point or the other. Sooner or later, you would see the person's true nature. For ash, obviously, if you burn something, you would have ash too. I'm just going to mention some of the things that relate to the 4 elements as well. Eru is ash. Eru. We also say binobaku afieru boju, bogede baku afomore ropo. It's when a fire goes out, when a fire dies, binobaku, or if a fire dies, afieru boju, which means you see the ashes. When you light a fire on like a piece of wood or something, usually they used wood. They didn't have this was the very beginning. They didn't have the luxury of candles in the very beginning or lanterns or whatever. So they would have ashes after lighting the fire. So binobaku afieru boju, bogede baku. When a banana tree dies, it is replaced. It is replaced. It bears fruit and it replaces. So it's an adage or a saying that you would hear, or a proverb that you would hear when they're trying to tell you to maybe get a child, maybe give birth, for instance, or even in certain incantations they say it. So binobaku afieru boju, bogede baku afomore ropo. Eru is ash. Eru, ash. Now for the next element is water, and we call water omi. Omi labuwe, omi labumu. Kò sẹ́ni tó ń bómi ṣọ̀tá. That means we have our baths with water and we drink water. Nobody can be an enemy to water. You cannot. You can also, if you call someone omi as a nickname or a pet name, I made a video on Yoruba nicknames and pet names, so if you want to check that out you can, but I forgot to add this one, Omi. If you call someone Omi, you're saying that everyone loves them, no one can do without them. If you give someone that nickname or that pet name and you call them Omi, which means water, one, you might be referring to the fact that maybe they're a child of a water deity sometimes. Two, and most importantly, you could be making reference to the fact that they are loved and nobody can really hate them or be their enemy because everyone needs them. So Omi is water. Omi, water. The next element is hair. Hair. I couldn't get a picture of hair. Obviously, there's no picture of hair, so I just decided to write it. Anyway, hair is afefe. Afefe. Afefe, hair. Afefe. Afefe in the hair. Ategun is breeze. However, afefe and ategun can be interchanged, which means you could call ategun hair, fategun to me, blow hair to me. You could say that, or blow breeze to me. And you could call breeze afefe. Afefemfe. We have a breeze. So afefe and ategun are interchangeable since they both comprise of hair. So afẹ́fẹ́, atẹ́gùn could both mean hair. Afẹ́fẹ́, atẹ́gùn. Now, the last one is earth. Earth. And I'm going to mention what earth is and the words that relate to earth. The ground or the land is ile. Ile. Not to be confused with ile, which is house. Ile is house. Ile. Ile is the ground or the land. Or even the earth. Bó ṣe wà ní ọ̀run, bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ló sì ń bẹ ní ilẹ̀. As it is in heaven, so it is on earth. Or bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ló ṣe rí ní ayé. Ayé is earth as well. But that's not the kind of ile. Ayé would mean like earth, the old earth, the world. But ile in this sense could mean earth, ground, or land. Ile, ile. And obviously on the ground or the land you have rocks. A rock is called akpata. 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 And we also have sand. And you could call sand iyekpe. Iyekpe. Or erupe. Erupe. Or iyanrin. Iyanrin. Iyekpe. Erupe. Or iyanrin are three words that can relate to sand. However, iyekpe is more common for sand, like just the one that you find on the ground. Dasori iyekpe, point on the sand. We have nature. We are very close to nature in Nigeria, in the Yoruba, the traditional Yoruba community in Nigeria. So usually we have sand. Everywhere is not cemented as it is in European societies or North American societies. So if they say daomi yasori yekpe, pour it on the sand, and usually we sometimes have dust. So if you pour water in the sand, it will cool the dust down. But anyway, iyekpe, erupe, iyanrin. People usually call sand iyanrin, especially when it's the kind of sand that you buy for construction. So if they say mo fẹ́ lọ ra iyanrin, I want to buy sand for construction, láti kọ́lé, for building my house. Ko is build, ile is house, like I mentioned earlier. They are saying I want to buy, because usually you would need sand to mix the cement and do certain things. So sometimes they would call iyanrin that kind of sand, but it's still sand. Iyekpe is just more common for the regular sand, and iyanrin for the kind that you buy, which is regular sand as well, just packed. So any one of these three words work, actually. So iyekpe, erupe, iyanrin work. And also, whenever you have sand, you have dust, especially in the Harmattan season. I just made a video on Yoruba seasons, so you might want to check that out. The weather seasons that we have in Yoruba, the weather seasons and their Yoruba names, So anyway, you have sand, you have dust, and dust is called eruku. 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 Dust. Eruku. Dust. And oftentimes you would have stones as well. Stones. A stone is called okuta. Okuta, stone. Okuta, stone. Okuta. Now you would have trees. A tree or stick is called igi. 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 Pako is what you would call wood. Usually would be igi that has been cut and sort of cut into shape or sliced or whatever, or processed in some way, but not necessarily. Anyway, wood is pako. 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 Then in nature, ewe is what we call leaf. Ewe. Ewe. And lastly, you would have flowers, and flowers are called ododo. Ododo. So when you nickname someone Ododo as well, you're saying they're beautiful, precious. I have a video on pet names. Like I said, I think I was able to mention Ododo. So you can watch my video on pet names. But if you call someone Omi, you're referring to the fact that, they are important. If you call someone Ododo, you're referring to the fact that they are precious. But anyway, you would often find Ododo in nature. And that would be the last one. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed that. If you have any questions, you can ask me in the comment section. To support this project, don't forget to check these links out. Thank you to those who have supported me so far. And all my supporters, whether you give a token or whatever, irrespective of the amount that you give, you have exclusive access to any of the slides in my videos, with or without watermarks. So you won't need to contact me on whether or not you can buy any of the slides in any of my videos or whatever. You have exclusive access to it. As long as I have your email, I'll send it to you. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. I'm beginning to make videos more often, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.